Hey guys, today we are going to be talking about the submarines that are certified and capable of going to make it to visit the Titanic wreckage. And there are 10 in the world, and according to the research that I've done, the Ocean Gate one was not certified. And the purpose for these vessels are mainly for research and military purposes. There is said that one submarine or one vessel is en route for the research, which is in Nautil, so we'll start with that one. That one is the French vessel capable of carrying up to 3 passengers. I'm not too sure if that means like 3 passengers plus a the 2 professionals or whatever. So up to 3 passengers and can go as far as 20,000 feet deep. They have previously visited the Titanic before. The vessel is primarily designed for observation instead of manipulating the sea floor or things on the seafloor. Number 2 is American-built and privately owned DSV. DSV is an acronym for Deep Submerged Vehicle. You could bring a pair of passengers, so I'm assuming that's only 2 passengers, 36,000 feet deep, and holds a world record for conducting the deepest manned dives in all 5 oceans and had visited the Titanic previously. Number 3 is the DSV Alvin. I don't know if they were the same one. The research I did wasn't very clear if they were 2 separate or the same. So, however, this one says it can only go up to dive up to 20,000 feet deep, and previously did visit the Titanic before and is owned by the U.S. Navy and operated by the Woods Hole Oceanographic Institution in Massachusetts. Number 4 is the Chinese-built operated called Striver. This one can hold up to 3 passengers and it can go 35,000 feet deep. It has gone to the Mariana Trenches, the deepest known point on Earth. The deepest known point on Earth. Number 5 is the second Chinese vessel, Deep Sea Warrior. It holds 3 passengers, can go up to 14,000 feet deep, but only 10 hours underwater. So that is, 8 hours in total from there and back, and then 2 hours of 2 hours of visiting the Titanic. Like, is that enough time? Do you have emergency oxygen? It did not really say that. Number 6 is the China's third vessel, Jialong, and it can hold up to 3 passengers, 25,000 feet. And lastly is Russia. They have 2 of them, 2 DSVs, and called the Consuls. They can go up to 20,000 feet deep and carry or hold 2 passengers. That was it. Wow. So that was a shorter video there about the submarines there that can only hold up to so many. I don't know how I feel about even going in one of these. I feel like a lot more, if it was safe to do this, a lot more people would be doing it, or it wouldn't cost so much to go ahead and go and visit the Titanic if it was a safe thing to do. I would leave it to the professionals, in my opinion, for that, just because that is quite the drop of, you don't really see many people go far in the ocean like that. So it is kind of cool. It would be kind of cool to see it one day, if one day we could get to that point of, okay, more people can actually go on a submarine and can go and visit and make it safer for them. But for now, leave it to the professionals. That's just my opinion. So yeah, that's interesting though. I couldn't get to all 10. I believe there is 10 is what it said. And now things to go. Now we're going to do one more thing, and we're going to mention that I am adding in some fun submarine facts. They're a little bit historical facts about submarines, so it's pretty cool. So you guys sit back, relax, and enjoy it. Okay, let's get right into these facts about. So just to end things for fun, let's do some random facts about submarines in general. So one is they're based on ancient fascinations. Both Aristotle and Alexander the Great recorded early interest in man working underwater, drawings and diagrams dating back centuries showing that submarining has always been a dream of humanity. Well, I find that not a lot of people go in the ocean, or like we don't really do a lot of searches in the ocean. I hear more about on land, of course, but like I guess you can only go so far in an ocean, really, right? Obviously, as we just found out. Number two, in fact, they are older than you probably think. So early records from 415 BC show that at the siege of Syracuse, there was organized military U.S. submarines. The word submarine is pretty clever. So the word submarine originates from Latin sub, referring to under or below, and the Latin marines, cleaning, related to the sea. Number four is the first sub had a leather jacket. The first submarine on record was designed by William Bourne in 1578. It was propelled by rowing and was a completely enclosed vessel. It was discovered in waterproof leather. Bourne, believe it or not, was a mathematician. His marine had inflated leather bags to control its buoyancy. That's pretty neat. Okay, so next for the facts is the king once demanded his own submarine. In 1620, King James I commissioned the submarine. John Napier, Henry Briggs, and Cornelius Vanderbilt took to work on the machine, and the submarine was propelled by oars. The prototypes were tested on the river Thames. Subs have long been seen as a military marvel. Vanderbilt asserted that a major military advantage could be gained by the U.S. of submarines hidden underwater to attack unsuspecting boats and ships of enemies in harbors. 7 is Denis Papin, a French physicist, designed and built submarines in 1690 and 1692. These were made of metal, and the first controlled buoyancy by use of an air pump. The second used a water pump. Number 8 is submarine designs didn't stop rolling out. England granted over 12 patents of submarines by the 1750s. Number 9, the most notable for innovation was Nathaniel Simon's design. It was the first to use mechanically operated ballast tanks to submerge the vessel. An underwater fireworks display. Tsar Peter the Great in Russian ordered the construction of submarine, which was built by a carpenter called Yefim Nikonov. In 1720, the submarine was armed with fireworks tubes to attack the enemy. Nikonov also designed an evacuation airlock for submariners to leave the vessel. Bushnell's sub was a world first. So, named Turtle, the first military submarine was designed in the U.S. by David Bushnell. It was built in 1776 and was the first submarine to be propelled by screws. The number 12 is the first dual propulsion submarine was designed in France in 1800 by Robert Fulton, as well as onboard propulsion. It made use of a sail on the surface. Number 13, in 1863, the first submarine to not require human propulsion was launched by the French Navy, and it was called the Plonger. Number 14, the first combustion power submarine was designed by a Spaniard called Narcís Monturiol in 1864. The submarine, manned by a crew of 2, was 46 feet long and 14 meters, and could dive deep of 98 feet. So not too far. And number 15, Robert Whitehead, a British engineer, designed the first Whitehead torpedo, which was self-propelled and therefore an ideal weapon for use on submarines. The Whitehead mine ship was propelled by compressed air and could reach speeds of up to 7 knots. The Whitehead torpedo could reach targets up to 700 yards away. Well, so that's some facts about submarines. Random history lessons of submarines. I meant guys, there was some history and facts of submarines, and then the submarines that are certified to go and visit the Titanic. I hope you guys have a great rest of your evening or day or weekend or whatever hour it is for you guys right now. Have a great rest of your evening. Keep smiling, keep shining, and we will chat later. Bye now.